Let's go. Welcome to the Project Bestseller Week 11 recap. Now, if you're just tuning in or maybe you've been watching every single one, Project Bestseller is my challenge where I attempt to write and launch my book in 90 days or less. And we are done with week 11. So as I'm recording this, as we finish week 11, we are 1 week away from launch. We have just finished day 78. The book will be live on day 87. Are you kidding me? This is what it's all about. Now, look, full transparency, because I try to be as transparent about this journey as possible. The book is 100% done and has been for quite a while now. Truthfully, I could have launched the book officially before day 70. And the ebook's been available on a secret pre-order link, where if you find it, congratulations, you can get a secret pre-order. But the truth is, this book has been done before day 70. These last 17 days before we officially launch and end this challenge is really just about prepping for the launch, doing some extra launch things, and having a little bit of fun. So you'll see as we talk about what I did for week 11, there wasn't a ton of actual stuff for the book because the book's ready. The book is approved. I'm literally holding a copy in my hand right here. I have the ebook ready for pre-order. So this week, when I recap week 11, I just want to kind of share that the book's done. We're ready to rock and roll. So let's just jump right into it, because I want to show you how the tasks have changed since it was all about writing the book, getting the book edited, formatting, designing, lead generation. Now how it's all about the marketing side of things. So what did I do on Monday? Well, on Monday, one of the things that I did was I added more emails to our email sequence. Okay. So let me explain this. There's two different email sequences that we're going to be using with this book. The first email sequence is more just email marketing campaigns that come out during the week before launch, leading up to launch, and then the emails that go out during launch week. Now, these emails change here and there, but for the most part, they're pretty simple, that can be repeated for every launch that I've done and for our clients' launches. And so what I did was I made sure that I added more emails and we are locked and loaded. So between us right now, the emails for launch week and everything leading up to the launch is pretty much already scheduled. We already have those done. We have those dialed. There's a few things that we will update based on live metrics when we actually share our results with you guys, but we've built out part of that entire email sequence already. The second type of email sequence is a much more automated email sequence that comes from the lead gen in our book. So in the book, there are plenty of resources that I give away to help people further enhance their reading experience and help them write their own book. And so upon that, when somebody goes to sign up for a free resource, whether it's an editor script, whether it's talking about the how to make 100K calculator, or whether it's how to pick your categories, we have all these different templates and scripts and things and freebies in the actual book. And when you go to that, you'll actually opt in. When you opt in, you'll give your email address, and in exchange for your email address, I will send you all of these resources. So that was already all done. But what we did now that we have more time, is I built out the rest of the emails in that sequence. So instead of just putting in your email and then getting an email from me saying, hey, thanks so much, here are the resources, we made that email even stronger. And then we added emails 2, 3, and 4. So now, anytime somebody gets the resources from my book, and you guys can totally test this once the book's out and you could see what we're doing on the back end. But once somebody gets my book, they will now get 4 emails in a row about the book. And these will come at different times, 1 day after, 3 days after, a week after, and various different times. So the reason that I'm sharing this in depth is because I really want you to understand the back end, the behind the scenes of what it takes. And to also notice, it's important to focus on things that need to get done before adding all the bells and whistles. This is how I built my basketball combine to be so successful. The first year, we proof of concept. We made sure it was done correctly. There were no mistakes. And then year 2, we got more sponsorship and we built a bigger event. The same thing with my book. I wanted to make sure that the book was done and complete so that the book in itself would be great. And now I'm adding the bells and whistles in the form of email campaigns, email automations, lead generation at a higher level. The other thing that I did on Monday was I created a video for our launch team to get a free copy of the book. So I created the video, and our launch team now has access to their own advanced copy of the book. Tuesday, my big focus was I created my launch party deets and events. I wasn't even sure if I was going to have a launch party, but I tell everyone it's the best thing to do, and it really is. I just know that I have so much upcoming before the launch that I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to pull it off or where I would be, but we decided to do a launch party. And so I built out the whole event. I made an Eventbrite link, and we got that rocking and rolling. Now, really interesting is I didn't have a location set yet for the launch party, but I wanted to make sure that I had the details built out and everything so that I could start inviting people because people were asking. Fast forward Wednesday, I did some launch party location scouting. So I went to various places, asked if I could host it there, did some walkarounds, and kind of kept going back and forth on where I wanted to host it. What kind of feel did I want? What type of atmosphere did I want? Did I want to provide my own food and drink, or did I want to go somewhere that provided food and drink? Did I want to invest upfront capital into this launch party, or did I more so want to use a place where I just had more access to? I invited everybody to the launch party, and I continued to text our launch team with updates. Thursday, I really went hard on talking about the books on my Instagram stories. I researched some additional marketing materials. Again, things that aren't necessary, but things that I'm starting to do as I start to look for marketing this book and building a great launch, and then using the book after its launch to really grow. So think about bookmarks, pens, notepads, different types of things that could be related for the marketing side of it. And the other thing that I did was I spent a little bit of time finding people that I want to send my book to. So these are people that maybe I know a little bit, but I want to develop a better relationship with. Maybe it's somebody who I know has the perfect audience for me to guest coach in, and I could send them this book so they could see my style and who I am. Maybe it's podcast hosts. Maybe it's mentors that I want to say thank you to. Maybe it's people that have inspired me. These are the people that I started writing down on this list because I'm going to gift them all copies of the book. You know, I believe that the more your book is in the hands of the right people, the more things will come back to you. So sure, am I going to miss out on potentially 10, 20, 30, 50, even 50 sales? Yeah, potentially. But for me, a relationship of somebody having my book and giving them a gift during the holidays is way more valuable than a $5 royalty check by them buying the book themselves on Amazon, or $6 or $7, whatever the royalty check is for your particular book, or in this case, my particular book. Friday, I confirmed my launch party location 100%. I eliminated the options, made the move. I sent the designer bookmark info because I wanted to create some bookmarks. So I was like, you know what? Let's get the designer on that so we can get it done over the weekend. And then I got what's called A+ content. And this is just some additional graphics that I'll be able to put on my author page for the book and the sales page of the book, which will help enhance that visual atmosphere, that visual experience. So Saturday, Sunday, nothing. Hung out, celebrated some things, and had a really great time. So Week 11 update, book is done. We're just prepping for the launch. And here's the thing that I'll leave you with on this before we get into the timing is talk about your book, talk about your book, talk about your book again. That is where I'm at. I'm just making sure that everybody knows that my book is coming out. Because here's the thing. On Instagram, only a certain amount of people are going to see my posts about my book. So I need to tell them. And then I need to tell them again and again and again. And eventually, hopefully, everybody will see it. Then once everyone's seen it, I want everyone to see it multiple times. I want people to be like, oh my gosh, I have to get this book. I'm seeing it everywhere. So you might feel, and I know that I felt this before, that, oh gosh, I'm being annoying. Like I feel like everyone already knows my book's out. Even if they do, which often isn't the case, they should probably hear it again. All right. So it's really about making sure that you are proud of your book, talking about your book, and making sure that everyone has access to knowing where to buy it, how to get info, and all that good jazz. So now let's talk about the time invested this week. Monday, we spent 40 minutes. Tuesday, 36 minutes. Wednesday, 20 minutes. Thursday, 25 minutes. Friday, 30 minutes, and then Saturday and Sunday, we spent 0 minutes. So our total time for this week was 2 hours and 31 minutes. That's an average of 21.5 minutes per day or 30.2 minutes per session. It brings our total time on this Project Bestseller to 56 hours and 6 minutes, which is an average of 43.15 minutes. All right. So let's look at this. All right. Let's just do a little bit of a recap to understand how amazing this process has been. And I thank you guys for following along, because I wouldn't have probably done this at a level if it weren't for all the feedback that you give me, for how this has inspired you, and for the progress that you've been making on your own books. But we're done with 11 weeks. And day 78 is the official end of the 11th week. And our book is done, okay? We have brought in hundreds of leads of people into my world who have listened to this and learned about the journey, okay? So if you're thinking of, how do I bring in leads? What could I do? Write a book and talk about it, okay? Do the thing you're already gonna do, but then invite people to join you, and you could introduce hundreds, if not thousands of people to your audience and to your work, okay? The book is 100% done and ready to go. And the craziest thing about all this, in 78 days, we've spent 56 hours and 6 minutes, all right? So this has literally taken me 43.15 minutes on average to do this. So when we think about, sometimes it could take people 45 minutes to create a single social post every day. But what if instead of a social post every day, you just wrote your book and then used your book for all that social content, right? You can do this. You can write this book. You can follow the process, okay? So that's what's really exciting. So the plan for next week is this. This is the final week before the book comes out, all right? Week 12. So it's all about final launch prep and just making sure everything is scheduled and ready to go. Little insider secret, I'm hoping that we will literally not have to do anything on the launch day other than talk about the book. Meaning no final last minute logistic things, even though that always happens. But I think we are so fully scheduled and automated and prepared that the day the book goes live, all I'm going to get to do, which is really exciting, is reach out to everybody and anybody, talk about my book on social, do interviews, and just have a great time and enjoy that success. And so I'm expecting, as of right now, this to be the least stressful launch I've ever had and one of the most successful that I've ever had. So I hope that you really enjoyed this week 11 recap. I know that I've had a blast doing these recaps. I've had a blast doing Project Bestseller. And I really hope that this has inspired you to believe that a book is possible, that it's inspiring you to say, you know what, I can do it. Because you got a story to tell, you have a message that deserves to be heard, and your book is ready to be written. So I will see you on the next episode.